Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and we have a new series in which we are looking again at the in kata. Um, and I think I have mentioned it before. One of the nice things with this kata, these exercises, is that we can. That is, it's not about doing them all the time exactly the same. There is no point on that. Once you know how to do it, you know how to do it. That doesn't change anything. But you can do changes about the way that you are doing the exercise. Change the language. Change the approach, like we did with looking forward into the future to looking at the past. The difference between which was one of the main differences between the Caesar version and the Clojure version, other than the fact that it was a different language. You have ever done the Global Day of Code Retreat, which just happened, but they do kind of the same thing with the Conway's Game of Life kata, yeah? Through that day, you do in the Game of Life kata multiple times, because you don't need to know, once you do it once, the domain is clear, then you can concentrate on doing other stuff. Remember, if you're doing the kata in exactly the same language, exactly the same way twice, you gain nothing. No knowledge, no benefit of this. So I did this exercise. There's the one that we are gonna be doing. We are gonna be working on the Java version, like a week ago, as of this recording. So after I did the Caesar version, it took me so long because, as I mentioned in that series, it was actually the first time that I was completing the whole kata, and because I was explaining a lot, it took so long that after I got, by the end I was just kind of done with it. I didn't want to touch it again. So that's what I did later on Clojure for the looking at the past. And since then I have done it once in Kotlin, now this version, and then I did this version in Java. The version in Java is pretty similar to the Caesar version, more or less. I think there is this, on the creation of the frame, there's this bonus frame over here that it doesn't exist on the Caesar version. I don't remember because I haven't even looked at it again. Katas, once you have done them, just delete. There is, I mean, you can have them. You could be using Git to keep information, but no point in keeping them long term. Yeah, you do them, you delete them. That's it. So same one as we did the Caesar version, and there is a lot of things that I don't like about it. With the Clojure version, we did one special single Pomodoro of refactoring. But with this series, it's all about refactoring. It's all about looking at what I have over here and change it. Because we have the test, we can confirm that all our behavior is still happening as we expected. Yeah. Everything else we can, how the behavior is actually implemented, we can change. And there are lots of things over here that I don't like. Look at this roll function. Look at this score function. How much there is kind of a mixture of things going on over here. Look at the amount of if statements, chain if statements that we have on this function. Look at the, as I mentioned, this bonus frame. Why I'm adding this bonus frame over here. Look at the score. Why we have, I mean, we have this for statement, which is a low-level construct, and we are trying to get the indexes, and then we are doing things with the spell strike. But if we are getting information about frames that we don't actually we should not need. Why are we exposing this first roll value? Why is there a score and a simple score? That screams to me that there is a mismatch of levels, of abstractions happening over here. Now, all the changes, well, actually, there is not only is the code that you have on the right hand side, but the tests as well are code, and therefore you can do things about the test. Yeah. So let's gonna quickly look into this test. You see over here a bunch of small tests with a small number of rolls, and then we have the big ones, the full games. Yeah. Full game with a spell on the 10th, full game with strike on the 10th, full simple game. Those three to me represent what will be the acceptance test. Yeah. That's the conceptually the game is 10 frames. Let's gonna do a full game test, and then there's, so that's one thing, and then we have a different thing, which is the smaller ones, which represent specific events that we want to handle. So they are kind of, for me, they belong in different places. They shouldn't be together. The fact that we have full game, and then we have over here full game and full game, tell us something, yeah? I was going to say something else earlier. Stop because of test, and I don't remember what it was. Anyway, mixture of things over here. There's something over here that doesn't feel correct to me. It's just it's a small code, so it's easy to understand if you read it. But then you have to read the code and then understand what I'm trying to do over here. And some of the names are fine if it's strike, if it's spare. But again, I'm kind of leaking information that I should not be leaking here. So we are gonna do changes that are gonna affect this roll. We're gonna do changes that affect this score, and we're gonna do some changes around the test. Now, all of these changes that we are gonna be doing, maybe they create new abstractions, maybe they change they're gonna change the way that we are doing things. Could that affect performance? Yeah, possible, likely. But are we interested in it right now about performance? Well, no, not really. We have something that works. I think we can do something slightly better in terms of being able to read the code and understand what's going on with the code. And at some point, maybe we care about performance. But at the point that we care about performance, we need to use a profiler, some kind of a benchmark tool, looking at your monitoring system or your observability systems to understand what is going on with what you have developed here. Because what you think that is taking long, or that it will be slow, maybe it isn't, or maybe it is not important enough to actually mean that you should do anything with it. As in, doesn't matter if I'm using a for statement or a string on the case of Java, if I have multiple HTTP calls that are gonna be orders of magnitude slower than that for statement. Yeah, can I remove those HTTP calls? That will be a bigger performance improvement than changing the for loop. Changing the loop. And as well, sometimes things change with the language that you are using. .NET 7 has been released 2 days ago as of this recording, and one of the things that they have done on .NET 7 is that they have improved massively the performance on LinkQ for a normal Office. It has taken a few years since C# 3 was the one that, and .NET 7 is C# 11, I think. It has taken them a long time to improve the performance of LinkQ. But now LinkQ, I've seen some benchmarks that is for a normal process that doesn't try to do any kind of mutability or anything like that. It's just fast. It's as fast as a for statement. Sometimes changing the version of the virtual machine that you are using, or the version of the language that you are using, gives you the performance, a massive improvement of performance that means that you don't have to change your code. So profile and look at what it is, but don't just go blindly. Oh, I know that LinkQ is slower than 4. Well, that was the case before. Maybe you are using the latest version of the .NET platform. It's no longer the case. Profile. Okay. So there are quite a few things that I want to do over here. Let's see how much we can do around these changes. Another one that I wanted to mention. So we have a collection over here that we are using, an array list. Originally, I was considering, should I create a frame collection here? Does it make sense for me to create a frame collection? Hide the whole collection stuff. I think this time around we are not going to do that, because from the point of view of the outside world, they're going to be using the bowling game, and they're going to use roll and score, but kind of add and do something with it. Yeah. So I am already hiding the fact that I have a collection. The user of this of the system doesn't know about this. So the collection itself is kind of hidden already. But I'm combining still things over here that are, again, different levels. Things that should not be, that the logic doesn't look like the right place where this logic should be. One of the things with most of the design patterns that I remember is that a lot of them is about removing cyclomatic complexity. Yeah, you, instead of having the cyclomatic complexity into a method, you kind of hide it, separate it, and hide it away, which makes each specific part in theory easier to understand. It's not always the case, so you have to be careful, but on this case, yeah, that's what we can do over here. Yeah. We are going to be doing things that affect the cyclomatic complexity. Well, we have all these if statements, all these if statements over here, kind of hiding away, and try to raise the layer in which we are working. So over here it's all about the logic of what we want to do rather than how we are doing it. And maybe sometimes it's why we need to know about first roll value over here. The frame needs to know about the first roll, yeah, the frame itself. But outside, why is there why we are doing it, why we are exposing this? We will be changing things. So let's gonna start this one. I think I do not know if it's the easier one, but let's gonna do this bonus frame. Let's gonna change it, see what happens. So rather the whole frame class. Why is okay? Let me open again. So before we do that, me and my 5 fingers attacking again. Running all the tests, everything is working. So we have all tests passing, yeah? So let's start doing changes. There is a frame, and there's a concept of bonus frame. By the way, bonus frame, as I had it on this version of the code, it actually doesn't really follow what it's supposed to be doing. So you don't have bonus frame, you have the 10 frame, which is a special frame. So you have a special frame, but the way that I have done it is slightly different. Not the right way, probably. Yeah, not the right way. So we have this is special frame, and then we have the other frames. The other frames are these ones over here. Again, we are gonna try to separate the complexity, yeah? That happens on multiple places, and actually over here as well. We are doing this check for this bonus frame. So let's gonna do that. Let's gonna separate. There's a frame, but the frame is kind of a general thing, and we have 2 specific versions of that frame. So let's gonna start doing some changes. Let's gonna call it standard frame for now. Let's gonna see. Do we want to rename the test? Yes. Okay. Do we want to rename this variable? No, actually, this variable, the one that is on the bowling game, we want to keep it as frames. So this one we are not changing. So everything over here, nothing has changed. So in theory, if we run again the Gradle test, everything should still be working. Because we have changed a name, but we haven't done anything else special. Now we are gonna do some special things. Well, we have talked that we have your standard frame and your special frame, which right now is the bonus frame, something that will change later. So that means either an abstract class or an interface. Let's gonna have an interface for this, yeah. And the interface right now, that will change in the future, but right now is what I'm doing over here that is part of that interface. It's full. It's being called, so we need to pass that. As a control, it's being exposed, so we need that in the interface for now. Score is a spare, first row value is a strike, and simple score. So all of that should be part of the interface, yeah. Oops. Just gonna go over here. So we know the second row that maybe later on we remove, we change, we do something with it, yeah. But that will be later. Right now, I have it over here. It's a spare. Oops. At the end, remove. What else we have over here? Is a spare. Back over here. Simple score. The fact that we are exposing both of them, it's a code smell, yeah? Score and simple score. Why am I exposing both of them? What I'm doing there. Is full. Then we have first row value. and strike. Oh, no, cancel. Okay, so we have all that and implements frame. Just gonna add space over there. So we change this from frame to standard frame to back to frame. Run the test of the bowling game, and nothing should have been broken. Hopefully, hey, everything is still working. Okay, so we have the standard frame and the bonus frame. So, sorry, we have the interface frame, we have the standard frame, and what we want is to have this bonus frame outside. So it's not part of the standard frame. So let's gonna create a new class. As I mentioned, maybe later on this bonus frame becomes your a 10th frame rather than a bonus frame. Okay, so if we look at the standard frame test, are they? Oops, that should be here. We have tests specifically for the bonus frame, so let's gonna change that. Let's gonna move them into the bonus frame. So bonus frame test. Bonus frame test. So there is what we have over here. Okay, let's gonna cut all these from the standard frame because we want to remove that functionality from the standard frame. Let's gonna add it over here. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So it's time to implement the frame itself. Pass on test, this new test that we have created. Take into account that we are still not using the bonus frame, yeah? That's fine. We will deal with that in a second. And everything is passing just because of the default values. Oh, interesting. I forgot about that. So this one. Override. Do I need it any longer? I know it's working, so it probably shouldn't be needed, but whatever. Let's gonna see what we have over here. Okay. All in test we have this other overrides over here, but that might have made a difference. We have started moving things into into bonus frame, and at some point we will be, once that is all done, then we will be able to remove stuff, but that's gonna be in the future. Next, it's gonna add okay, probably we should have done things. That doesn't matter. At least not for this one, but just for keeping. We have done git smaller git commits. This will not happen like this. Yeah, it will be having a rename and then the changes. But it is fine. At least for now, it's not really important for this exercise. Okay, that's gonna be for now. For this Pomodoro, we'll talk about, or we'll do more things on the next one. So enjoy.